Hi Libra, thank you for joining me for your December 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I am shuffling the new Palladini Tarot by David Palladini. I'm so thankful that you have subscribed to the channel. Thank you for your donations and your likes. I am running a special through November 24th. If you purchase a 60 to 90 minute Astro Tarot session with me, you will receive 10 free minutes to be applied to either the end of that reading or to use by the end of 2017. So consider that if you've never had me read for you. I love what I do and I excel at it, so consider that. On the 1st of December, Venus, your ruling planet, moves into the sign of Sagittarius, and this affects the third house of communications and siblings and neighborhoods, local travel, your immediate area, local area around you. And to have Venus here, there is a beautiful, harmonious energy to the relationships with your siblings. There's also an attraction to writing and editing and reading information, details, the analysis of documents, and the third house of making travel arrangements. But there's an irony here. On the 3rd of December, Mercury, the travel planet, goes retrograde. So he retrogrades at 29 degrees of Sagittarius back through 11 degrees from the 3rd of December through the 22nd. So unfortunately, it's not the best time for local travel. This review is in one of your travel sectors. So Libra is one of the signs I would suggest avoids travel over the holidays unless you're up for some delays, unless you like to sit in the airport, unless you like to deal with your car, dealing with problems. I just feel like there's some technical glitches. The third house is actually the vehicle. So in this retrograde, you might find that your car needs to be tended to. There is a dynamic that's not always common here. Saturn is placed in Sagittarius, and this planet is getting ready to leave this sector. So Mercury will retrograde right over the tail end of Saturn's experience here. And when that happens, there is limitations. And in this area, I feel like it applies to the car, your transportation, your local neighborhood. There's maybe construction or a way that is rerouting you or making it hard for you to actually maneuver. This is applying differently to all of the Librans, but in particular, that's the kind of energy I picked up on, that you're might be thwarted on your way around your environment or your neighborhood. And definitely traveling will be difficult and expect delays, so give yourself time. I know it's the holidays, people need to get places. I'm sitting in New Jersey right now, but I didn't travel in the retrograde. I try to avoid it. I'm governed by Mercury as a ruling planet, and even though you are not, it is in a travel sector for you. So I tend to kind of heed that advice and just prepare for extra time if you need to get somewhere for the holidays. On the same day Mercury retrogrades, the 3rd, we have our full moon. It's a Gemini full moon at 11 degrees. So the air sign energy works for you. There's closure in the 9th house of long distance travel. So actually, you might be getting back from a trip the day that Mercury retrogrades. You could also be ending a course of certification, a line of study. You can be closing the door on a belief system, something that is outdated, that doesn't serve your best interest anymore. And there's an awareness in the 9th house. Is there something that you need to study? Is there something that you're missing here that needs to be seen? The full moon will illuminate this area. It could be metaphysical. Perhaps you're interested, you were taking a course on astrology or tarot, because that's in the 9th house and it's coming to an end around that time. On the 9th, Mars, the planet of action and energy and physical activity, moves into the sign of Scorpio. And what that means for Libra is your money sector has a lot of energy and action in there. So when Mars enters the 2nd, This is a 60-day transit, and your money can elevate in a big way. Mars is stimulation in a sector which has to do with your finances. So we don't mind that, because once he's there, he's going to cross over Jupiter in this sector. And it's a good thing to be a Libra right now, especially Libra, Libra rising. Please watch all three, your moon sign as well, for a full scope. But having Jupiter sitting in your money sector for all of 2018, and then Mars crossing over this energy from December 9th through January, you could see your finances increase in a big way. This is a catalyst, trigger energy, and you will be paid. It's almost like just open up your hands to receive it. Be available to receive, and it will flow. On the 18th, our new moon at 26 degrees of Sagittarius, again, third house, neighborhood, communication. Are there Libras that want to start writing? This is a great time for publishing and marketing and journalism, journaling. It's also great for a new vehicle, seriously. On the 18th, a new moon in the third house of transportation. Could see all of these technical glitches that you're having with the car from the 3rd until then. You could just say, you know what? We're getting a new ride here. It can apply very differently. There could also be a new neighborhood that you are moving to. On the 19th, Saturn finally leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn until December 17th of 2020. And he's home in this sector. Saturn rules Capricorn, so he's very comfortable in this 4th house of home. Libra has lessons in the home sector for 3 years. It could be exactly where you need to be. There's a limitation with this transit, and where you have been very comfortable over the next 3 years, you might find that it's too small. It might feel restrictive. There's lessons learned where Saturn goes, and yours is in the 4th house of home, mother, environment. Some Librans are experiencing other dwellings in these next 3 years and living in other areas. So getting used to new environments is also the theme of this placement. You might have vacation homes, or your children have new homes. This, again, applying very differently. Some of you are actually learning lessons in regards to your mother and dealing with restrictions there. Maybe you're taking care of her. Maybe she's living with you. The 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn in the 4th house of home. And then on the 25th, happy holidays, Venus enters Capricorn in the 4th house. So I think Libra is very comfortable in their environment, but there will be a thorough realignment for you over the course of 3 years here. You'll be tending to the home, stripping it down, getting things that you don't need removed. Let's see what's up in your cards. I'm ready to draw them. I'm thoroughly shuffled for Libra. And again, if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. You would select your desired reading length via PayPal, and I will get back to you in an email to set that up. First card for Libra. Wow. Ace of Swords. This is the card of yes. Determination. Positive thinking. Clear vision. What you think about, you bring about. And the Ace of Swords tells me, yes, Audrey, you can do it. This is a strong card of clarity and making a decision for Libra. Two of Coins. This is the 2nd house of money, where Mars is headed and Jupiter is staying for you. This is 2 sources of income, 2 opportunities, juggling finances, having an additional asset. Jupiter is going to help double the income here for Libra. And having the 2 of coins, it's almost a doubling. And this is a very positive read. Look at this. Knight of coins. The protection of your health and wealth. And bringing in that knight. See how he's carrying in that coin on his hand? You could have the delivering of money happen to you this year. Your investments could pay out. If you are waiting or anticipating the receipt of what is due to you financially, you can receive it. The Lovers. Hey, this is the card of Gemini, but it's also the card of decisions as well. It could mean choosing between 2, and look at that. 2 coins, and here's your decision, the Ace of Swords. Since there's so many coin cards, it's hard for me to think this is about a lover. But you do have one more card, so I want to see what it is. The Moon. There could be memory, emotional attachment, or thought of a lover. And these 2 major arcana cards together, it might have Libra assessing a love from the past during the Mercury retrograde of December 3rd through the 22nd. You could also hear from a long-lost connection. There's an emotional attachment to the lover, that what used to be, perhaps. And a retrograde doesn't really happen without hearing from someone out of the woodwork. So I feel like Libra might get a little message coming through, and maybe this is the messenger. The Knight of Coins is an earth sign male, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Could be a little younger than you because he's a knight, not a king. So keep your ears open, but also keep your voicemails on, and also keep in mind you don't have to answer every call. Every call that comes in doesn't deserve your time and energy. Some of you are deciding between 2 lovers, and the Lovers card does represent 3 people sometimes. There's always the 2 lovers on the card, but there's an energy above them. It's either the sun or an angel in the tarot, and it means that, you know, torn between 2 lovers, feeling like a fool. Some of you Libras are, who do I choose? Look at that, the Ace of Swords. Make your decision between 2. So you've got something going on here. Some of you it applies to the love. Some of you it's about finances coming in, and what you've been waiting for, this night is bringing right into you. Protect your health and your wealth and you'll be fine is the message of this card. And if you're finding that you're emotional, the Moon is here to say, who isn't? The Moon is, you know, illuminates what needs to be seen. The full moon oh, look at that. The full moon in Gemini. That is happening on the 3rd. And that's what these 2 cards are. That's in your 9th house of long distance travel. So some of you are out of your environments at that time. And the full moon in Gemini will be a prominent decision-making time for Libra. And the Ace of Swords confirms that. This will apply differently, I know, for all of you. So please feel free to leave a comment on how this does apply to you below. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I'm wishing you a beautiful holiday. Remember, Libra, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.